Hi there, my name is Brant Meyer, and today I will be informing you of the problems from CO2 and what we can do to fix it. It is estimated that in 1 year alone, 75,686,400 pounds of CO2 are released in the atmosphere alone. What we need to do about this is produce cleaner burning vehicles and put strict rules on factories to produce clean atmospheric waste, and that will hopefully help reduce the toxic levels and stop the destruction of Earth. Studies that have been concluded, such as
atmospheric CO2 surpassed 400 parts per million,
have shown
well
that CO2 is a leading cause for global deconstruction, as well as causing greenhouse gases and causing environmental problems around the world. Today, I will be covering 3 key points about CO2. How is CO2 hurting the environment? Why is fossil fuels the main source for machine power? And ways to prevent and clean up the environment. So, let's get started. The chemical reaction of CO2 when released into the atmosphere causes a formation of chlorine that rapidly breaks down thousands of ozone layer molecules, which create large holes in the ozone, allowing sunlight and radiation to pass through. Here is a chart showing which countries have the largest volume of CO2 as of 2013. As you can see, China and US are pretty high up on this chart. The main chemicals that are in the air include nitrogen, oxygen, and argon. These are crucial components that are in the ozone layer that help block UV rays and also help protect the Earth from UV radiation. The major atmospheric layers include the stratosphere layer, which ranges from 10 to 50 kilometers in thickness. That is the outermost layer. The next layer, which is the main layer we are talking about, is the ozone layer. This layer ranges from 5 to 30 kilometers in thickness. The next layer is the stratosphere layer, which ranges from 0 to 10 kilometers in thickness, which is pretty thin, and this is our closest layer to the Earth, and our furthest layer is the stratosphere. Next, I will be covering what does CO2 do exactly when it's in the air, and what does it cause? CO2 causes all sorts of health problems, including respiratory, as severe as indigestion, and can cause external. It can hurt your skin. It's not good to be absorbed into the human body. CO2, when it's in the air, causes a smog effect in cities such as San Francisco and in China due to a high vehicle output, which produces CO2 from fossil fuels, gasoline. CO2 also causes lung cancer. So, now that you have learned about CO2 and the ozone layer a little bit, let's see the main source that CO2 arises from. Fossil fuel is the main source CO2 arises from. Fossil fuel is the leading cause of atmospheric destruction due to the fact we have so many gasoline engines burning. Here's a chart showing the amount of cars purchased in the US alone as of 2014, this year. That is a lot of cars. Fossil fuels come from dinosaurs. Dinosaurs that have been decomposing for thousands of years in the ground. Fossil fuels are used as our main source of power due to the fact it has a higher combustion rate compared to leading coal, hydrogen, other, energy producing substances. Fossil fuels have grown in popularity and have created thousands of jobs around the world, making it a very profitable market for such a black crude oil. So, now that you know why we are dependent on fossil fuels and what we use fossil fuels for in everyday living, let's see what we can do about cleaning up our environment. Cleaning up our environment is something that is not done easily, however, is necessary in order to keeping our planet safe and healthy for future generations to come. 3 main things can be done to help clean our environment. One is recycling. Recycling is crucial because it takes plastics, metals, and toxins from products we use, and instead of dumping them in landfills, puts them back into new products that we can reuse again. A second form of helping our environment is to use electricity as a source of power in cars, lawnmowers, trimmers, and several other appliances that would otherwise use fossil fuels to burn CO2. A third way of helping our environment is to take factories that produce high amounts of CO2 and to put strict rules on these factories, as well as help convert them to using steam power. That way it will help produce a clean atmosphere and prevent smog floating above cities. In spite of creating a brighter tomorrow, big businesses and Fortune 500 companies look towards gaining additional profits by using factories that have no smog controls or rules, as well as using overseas production in places that have high CO2 rates. Some big businesses, however, have done additional measures in helping to produce organic and natural products, as well as cut down on CO2 emissions to help protect our environment. Reducing our carbon footprint is just the start. However, if we can get 1 billion of the world's population to reduce their carbon footprint as well, then we will have a clean, healthy, and brighter planet for future generations to come. Thank you.